Hello? Hello? Is this working? I certainly hope so. It says we're live. Not getting any chat input. So this is... Oh! There's someone. Hello, That Wrestling Show. Hello, Max Chung. Hello, Blazing Wheezy. Hello, Jax. Okay, it's working. Let's see. Is this... Whoa, okay. That's a lot of... Goodness gracious. There's a lot of people here. Hi, everyone. Well, hold on. I'm still working out the kinks here. I'm trying to see... Can you guys hear me okay? I guess I have to wait for a second. Can you hear me? Let's see. Yes, it's working. Thank you very much. I'm so glad. And here comes the chat. And hey, look, everything's working great. Man, I need to thank Ed Bosco for this. That he taught me how to do all this. I feel just so, advanced. I feel like a real YouTuber. It's crazy. Anyway, so in case anybody's wondering what Inspiration4 is and what the heck is going on, in case you haven't seen, I've been pretty, passionate for the last almost 2 weeks now about this opportunity to be on the first all-civilian crew to space aboard a Dragon capsule on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. It's happening this fall. They're selecting... They've already... The first seat is taken by the guy who's funding this. His name's Jared Isaacman. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Hi. Ooh. Magical sounds. So Jared Isaacman's got the first seat. He actually paid for the rocket. So he has, it's safe to say, probably a little more money than I do. He's also donating $100 million to St. Jude. That's costs more than a lollipop. Thank you very much. And the second seat, he actually selected someone who had bone cancer and is now working for St. Jude. So awesome person to represent. Her name is Haley, and I Arsino. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. But yeah, she's an amazing person, and it's really exciting to see her take up the second seat. Now, the last two seats, one is randomly selected from somebody who donates. Thank you, Isaiah. Someone who donates to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which is on a mission to end childhood cancer. So, that seat will be randomly chosen. They've raised about $10 million so far, and I calculated my odds of winning that one statistically are around 1 in 10,000, maybe 1 in 8,000, because you can only get 10,000 entries, and I've already maxed mine out, and I'm assuming a lot of other people have maxed theirs out. And then the fourth seat is the prosperity seat. Now, that one is open to an entrepreneur, and that's actually the contest that I've entered into. It's the person that opens a Shift for Shop store, because it's one of Jared Isaacman's companies, and it's the one actually funding this whole thing. You start a Shift for Shop store, you start selling merch, or anything really. You just have to have a really good business idea. And then you make a video telling people why you want to go to space. And it's judged on 4 categories. It's judged on inspirational quality of the video, the entrepreneurial spirit displayed in the video, virality of the video, and the overall entertainment value of the video. Now, there have been some incredible entries, and I'm sure all of us are very nervous and, keeping our fingers and toes crossed. It's actually hard to cross your toes. I've done it, though. I'm pulling out all the stops for this. And so, yeah, that's the seat that we're competing for. There have been a little over 70 entries at this point. So statistically, my odds, all of our odds, have never been higher. Our odds, thank you. I'm just thanking everything. Thank you, Andrew. That's fantastic. I really appreciate it. But yeah, our odds have never been higher to go to space. And it's been a little tough for me. Oh, it's been probably tough for everybody. Thank you. As a musician, my whole platform is to bring music to space. I want to record a song and maybe an impression video, and man, we're supposed to be in orbit for 3 days minimum, so plenty of time to come up with ideas. But I want to record a song in orbit, and one of the submission guidelines, it's very clear, says you're not allowed to use music in your submission video, and it didn't say copyrighted music; it said music, and so I don't want to assume that they just meant copyrighted music, so I just didn't put any music in my video. Don't want to get disqualified. But that's made it kind of tough to reach my general audience, because most of the people who follow me don't really care about space flight, and everyone's got their interests. And so, while I do have, believe me, I've been just studying, I've been focusing on this for the last 2 weeks. I do have the biggest following of anyone who's entered, but I have less support than some of the other people who've entered because their following is in the science community. And initially I was discouraged about that, but I think that actually might be a good thing, because if I win, I have an opportunity to bring my love of spaceflight to an audience that may not have been interested otherwise. If someone who's a science communicator, someone whose whole platform is teaching science to people, odds are their audience already likes space travel, already knows about it, already cares about it, and not reaching anybody new. So I'm really hoping the judges take that into consideration. The contest ends in exactly 43 minutes. So, and then they'll be announcing the winner over the next 3 days. It's by latest March 3rd. So I'm really, really hoping. But you guys can actually help me. And I don't actually know where to put this. I should, you know what? Now I have to figure out how to edit my description. If you go to my Twitter account, which is @BlackGriffin, can I put stuff on the screen? Probably. Let's see here. No. Nuh-uh. This will be fun. Right click. Well, if you go to my Twitter @BlackGriffin, and retweet my pinned tweet, like I said, this video is partially judged on virality. So the more viral my submission gets, the better shot I have at going to space and recording a cool YouTube video in orbit in microgravity, which I always wondered why they called it microgravity, because gravity is affecting us the same way in orbit as it is here on the ground. In fact, if you built a tower as tall as the International Space Station and you stood on top of that tower, it would feel almost no different than it feels standing on the ground. You might have like 5% less, you'd weigh like 5% less than you do on the surface, but you'd barely feel a difference. The reason that you are weightless in space isn't because gravity isn't affecting you, it's because you're in constant free fall around the planet. And for those of you who don't understand how that works, the best analogy I like to use is throwing a rock. When you throw a rock, you see the rock curve. Now imagine that the curvature of the Earth followed the arc of that rock. The rock would just keep falling in a circle, and that's what satellites do. They've got no propulsion on board. Well, some of them do, to bump themselves up to a higher orbit, because the atmosphere doesn't just end at 60 miles. It just kind of fizzles out. And so the lower Earth orbit you are, the more friction is acting on you, and the faster you'll fall out of the sky. The Starlink satellites actually have ion thrusters on board, which is really, really cool. But anyway, thank you, Nora. As you can see, I'm quite passionate about this. So I'm just really, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm hoping I win. I'm going to answer some questions. Before I do that, I want to put something on my screen. And so bear with me here. I'm trying to figure out how to put something up that goes, oh, hey, Drummer Shy. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I hope so. I'm going to be doing this a lot over the next few days. So I need to, all right. Edit. Uh-oh. Am I gone? Did I disappear? Looks like no. I'm so bad at this. I feel like the biggest boomer. No. Okay. No. I'm not even a boomer, you guys. I'm a millennial. Come on. I'm like right on the cusp. I was born in 1990. You won't wake up beside me, 'cause I was born in the 90s, and now I'm demonetized. So I might as well keep singing. Baby, how dare you treat me just like a boy. Oh. Ooh, ooh. Charlie Puth always showing off with his high notes. These girls trying to lock me down, but I always up and leave. Thank you, George. Oh, that's so nice. You are so young, and you are so free, but you're aimless, and I can't help but see that. I wrote that song, goodness gracious, like 8 years ago. I remember recording that. I was in the Creeber's basement in Vancouver, and I was like, this sounds fun. I bet people would like this one. It's actually really weird. On my phone, I've got all these voice memos for song ideas, and like half of them never saw the light of day. I would say of all the songs I write, maybe 30% of them make it out to the world, and the rest of them just stay on my phone in voice memos. But yeah. Sing Fly Me to the Moon. Lots of people asking. All right, I'll sing Fly Me to the Moon. You ready? No accompaniment. I'm just that good. Just kidding. It's easy. I'll sing a cappella. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. That was the best part of the whole thing. All right, hey, anyone got any questions? Man, you know, I need to put like a slow clock on these comments because they're coming in way too fast for me. Sing hallelujah. All right. I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, a baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You got to make that face, that's part of it. All right, I got a super chat asking me to sing You'll Be Okay from Heck of a Boss. I try to keep this kid friendly here. I'm going to need to refresh my memory on that one. But because you sent a super chat, I'll do it for you. Let me just listen to it real quick. You'll be okay. Heck of a Boss. Yeah. All right. And it's taking forever to load. It's probably 'cause I'm using all the bandwidth to stream. I hope you make the full remix of that Post Malone mix you guys did. It was awesome. Oh yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. Seasons changed and our love went cold. Feed the flame 'cause we can't let it go. Let's see if I can do it without that. Seasons changed and our love went cold. It's hard. Feed the flame 'cause we can't let it go. Run away 'cause we're running in circles. Run away, I dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you again, so I won't take the blame. Run away 'cause we're running in circles. Run away, run away, run away. Dum, dum, dum. Yeah, good song. All right, let's listen to You'll Be Okay. And I'll be okay. That's a nice voice. It always seems more quiet in the dark. It does, doesn't it? That's like opening the song with shower thoughts. That's intense, you guys. Crazy. Crazy. Smooth Criminal? All right. You've been struck by a smooth criminal. Bow! Gotta be a little like, I don't want to scream it. Annie, are you okay? So, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Are you okay? Are you okay? I love the way Michael Jackson pronounces things. It's very, like, unique. A lot of times it's hard to even understand what he's saying because the way he pronounces words is so, like, the artistic license he takes to make the words sound cool is more important to him than the lyrics translating, which I think is very interesting. Bruno Mars. Oh, man. So many. Thank you guys so much. Bruno Mars. Some people say like, I don't see it. Oh, you sing like him? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, post a video of you singing like Bruno Mars. I want to hear it. Okay, let's see. I got a condo in Manhattan. Gave it go what's happening. You and your body invited. So go on and get to clapping. And pop it for a play it. Pop it for me. Turn around and drop it for you. Play it. Drop it for me. I love. Gold jewelry is shining so bright. Strawberry champagne on ice. Lucky for you, that's what I like. All right. Drummer Shy. Major Tom. Yeah. You know, do you mean Space Oddity? This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose clothes you wear. And I don't know the words after that part. Here and I'm floating in my tin can. Yeah, let's hope a Space Oddity doesn't come true if I end up going to space. Another finger cross. Yeah, the reason I haven't done that one is because I think the best cover of that song is Commander Hatfield's cover that he did on the International Space Station. Hard to top that one. But yeah, I'm gonna try to if I get to go to space. Ooh! Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Ah! All right, I missed something. I know I missed something. Sorry guys, I'm trying to keep up here. Oh wow, 200 yen. You in Japan? That's amazing. I miss Japan so much. I haven't been there in almost 10 years now. It's beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for serving. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. You know, I heard something from a colleague or someone I worked with. He said whenever someone thanked him for his service, he would say thank you for hiring me. And I thought that was cool. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, hopefully the majority of people who join the military do so because they want to not only serve their country, but they want to help, you know, the people. And they want to protect the people and defend the people. And of course, not everybody's like that. I mean, you can't generalize about any one job. But the majority of the people that I met were very, you know, kind-spirited and had very, like, serving hearts. By the way, I'm wearing a SpaceX sweater. Oh! My off-screen associate got it for me for my birthday, which was a few days ago. The 22nd. When was that? 6 days ago. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's actually too hot to be wearing this, but whatever. I like it. It's a nice sweater. All right, let's see. Back to the comments. You know what? Before I read any more comments, I have to find a way to post my tweet somewhere you guys can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate away from the page, and I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. Okay? And when I'm done with this, you guys can tell me what impression I'm doing. So, I'm going to edit the description. Okay. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to put in the description, please retweet my submission tweet. And that'll be fantastic. Here we go. She be my queen since we were 16. We want the same things, we dream the same dreams, alright. I love that song. Fun fact about that song, it actually is not in A key. I believe it is set between B and C. It's right in the middle, which is very interesting. I actually don't know the keys that it's between, but I do know that it's not exactly on key. And they did that intentionally, which is unique. Wow. Sorry for the burp. I had pizza. It'll get you. Pizza is delicious, but it's not very good for the stomach. Unless it's like, I don't know, healthy pizza. All right, let's do this. I'm going to edit the description. Please like and retweet to help me go to space. Paste. Yay. I did it. I'm so proud of me. Yep. Save. Ta-da! Okay, back to the live stream. Hello! Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow. Lots of lots of stuff. The Weekend. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, this I know. Can I do this part? She told me don't worry about it. It's hard to sing really high when you're sitting. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. Ooh! I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. And I should probably get that medically checked out. Yep. All right, who are we at? What do we got here? Oh, so many things. Thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh! $100? What have I done to deserve this treatment? Thank you, Shadowcaster. I love your videos, Gabe. I wish you luck in the next half hour and in orbit. Oh, that's so nice of you. To just assume I'm gonna win. I don't know, you guys. There's some really, really great entries. And honestly, I'll be really sad if I lose, but I'll also be happy for them because there really are some impressive entries. And it's been nice to see. When I first entered, I was one of the only people... Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. I need to, before I tangent, need to finish reading this. Been subscribed to you since before you went bungee jumping. Dang! And you're doing Jim Carrey's voice from The Grinch. Correct! Excellent. 10 points to you. I was doing Jim Carrey from The Grinch. What a cool character choice to add that little, like, oh, yes, this is how The Grinch talks. Very neat. I just love it. It's very cool. Jim Carrey's amazing. Anyway. Is that copyright? Does that belong to PewDiePie? I don't know. No one knows who he is anyway. Oh, I'm kidding. Obviously. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, when I first entered the Inspiration4 contest, I was one of the only entries. I think there were like 3, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've got this in the bag. I got a shot at this." And then the entries started coming in, and yeah, some of them are really good. Actually, all of them are pretty good. I mean, people are so passionate about this, and initially the thing that was both exciting and frustrating to me is it seemed like there was very little interest in this. And I was like, come on, are you kidding me? We have a chance to go to space? What? But no, people are interested. I think they were just taking their time making the best video they could. Part of me wishes I had waited just a tiny bit longer because I was having trouble sorting out the domain name on my website, but I wanted to get my entry out as soon as possible so it had enough time to generate, views and stuff. And so I just posted the temporary link, which is like 76BQXRM, and that's not catchy at all. So now it's Space Griffin. You go to spacegriffin.com, and you will find stuff. Lots of stuff. I've got merchandise on there that is art designed by my very talented sister, Naomi. And yeah, it's really cool. I even bought some of it. I can't wait to get it. But all of the proceeds from my merchandise go to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So that's super cool. All right, we got a... Hey, Zach. Hey, dude, you have got to sing So Far Away before they announce a winner. Oh, okay. Early morning sunlight is beating down upon the barren trees and the frozen ground. It's a new day, and yet I feel the same. And then it's Michelle. Once again, I do what I have done for years, trying to forget and fighting back the tears. It's a new day, and yet I feel the same. Now, you know what is weird? The songs I write are hard for me to sing. Why do I write songs that are hard for me to sing? Is it because I'm trying to challenge myself, or I don't know. And I just can't help but wonder. You got Discord, so I can send the Bruno Mars impression. Here's what I want you to do. Upload it on YouTube. I do not use Discord very often. I mostly only use it to podcast with my friends every Wednesday, or every other Wednesday. So yeah, put it on the line. Come on, put yourself out there. Send me the link. Challenge! All right, what else we got? Hello, everyone who is chatting. So many challenges. Challenge. What? Comments. Elmo. Oh boy! Elmo hopes you like the video! It's hard because I keep wanting to choke off Elmo, and then I sound like Elmo Stitch. Ohana means family! Yeah.
You thieves. You filthy little thieves. Where is it? Where is it? Curse them. We hate them. It's ours it is, and we want it.
That is Stitch. Kidding! Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for all this support. It's been overwhelming, and even if I don't win, which I'm trying not to get my hopes up. I want this so badly, but if I get too excited, I'm going to be even more devastated than I know I already will be if I don't win. So, yeah, I'm just really, really hoping I do. And but if I don't, I won't regret entering because this has been really cool. I've always been a little bit uncomfortable about putting myself out there. I feel like everything I post has to be absolutely perfect, which is one of the reasons my upload schedule is so sparse, because I'll work for, 1 to 2 weeks on a video just to make sure it's absolutely fantastic. Just ask Claire. I'll go in the bathroom and I'll mess with my hair. Of course, this is basically a lost cause, but I'll mess with my hair for an hour, and then I'm like, okay, that's unkempt enough that it's fun, but it still looks kind of good. My hair is the least favorite thing about me. It's really, really fine. It's like baby hair, and it just does not have any body to it. If I don't put any product in it, like now, it just lays flat and it looks like a Lego piece. You can just go swap it out. So yeah, so doing this has actually showed me that I have an audience that actually cares about the stuff that I do. You know, even if it's some impromptu tweet that I make, you know, just saying, hey, you know, I really want to do this and please support me. The support I've had through these past 2 weeks has just been overwhelming, and I don't intend to stop pushing for this. If I don't get to be on this mission, hopefully there will be another one, and I'm going to push just as hard because, like I said, it's been my lifelong dream to go to space, and I just can't even imagine that, like, at this moment in time, my statistical odds, I use the word statistical a lot, probably because it sounds cool. I don't want to sound cool. My odds have never been higher. And it's just like, wow, I have better odds right now than I would if I had gotten a degree and applied for astronaut training. I mean, it's crazy to think. Like, it's amazing. But hold on 1 second. I actually have to tweet something. So you guys just sit here and stare at me while I... Yeah, someone said, geez, dude, you're really serious about this going to space thing. It's becoming your life's work, lol. Yeah, it's been my dream since I was a kid, so if I have an opportunity, I'm going to take it. I mean, I feel like whatever you do it to the best of your abilities, and I'm approaching this with as much zeal and intensity as I believe is necessary, because they're not just going to pick anybody to go to space. They want someone who's passionate, right? So let me copy this link. Let me paste it on Twitter. All right. Please join me. Oh, I should spell please right. Please join me as I... Now you're about to see what a perfectionist I am. I'm probably going to spend 10 minutes on this tweet. Please join me as I count down. Please join me on... how about live streaming? Live streaming now. Please join me as I wait out the final... how many minutes are left? 20 minutes. 20 minutes of the hashtag Inspiration4 contest. And now some emojis. Do you guys say emoji or emoji? And the funny thing is, you're gonna write it in text, and I'm not gonna know the difference. Oh, that shouldn't be. Why is that funny? Why is that so funny to me? Bane.
Batman, I'm about to make it to the post, and you can't understand the word I'm saying.
Yeah, that wasn't very good. I need to like bass the boost the bass boost. Live streaming now. Please join me as we wait out. We wait out the final 20 minutes of the Inspiration4 contest. A screamy, scary face. Rocket launch. Fingers crossed. And a heart. Yay. How wholesome, says everyone. Does that link work? Let's find out. She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. Do you ever notice Elton John goes sharp on the word flight? She packed my bags last night, pre-flight. Not that was an exaggeration, but like, interesting. 0 hour, 9 a.m. and I'm gonna be high. That's a fun, because you gotta go full voice and then falsetto. High as a kite by then. Live streaming now. Please join me as we wait out the final 20 minutes of the Inspiration4 contest. Boom. Let us tweet it. Tweet it! Tweet it! Shift for shop. Let's add Inspiration4X. Great. All right. Tweet. But you wanna be bad, just be there. Be there. Oh, wow, that's a great... Look at that thumbnail. What? Maybe if I freeze long enough, I'll get a new thumbnail that'll be equally as terrible. Oh, my hair. Why, Lord, have you graced me with such a mop? Yeah. All right, I'll pay attention now. Sorry, I'm easily distracted. What's up? All right, let's look. We got another super chat from Simon Tobias. Thank you. Hey, big fan. Also, a man with Asperger's. Do you know the boy band Blue? I do not know the boy band Blue. I will look it up. And for those who don't know what he's talking about, it's something I don't normally talk about on my YouTube channel. I have Asperger's syndrome. I was diagnosed with that when I was 12. And the reason I don't talk about it is not because I'm embarrassed or ashamed, but it's because I don't feel like that defines me. It's a part of who I am. But I think the problem with, not to get, woke, but the problem with labels, some labels, is that people tend to use them to completely summarize a person's personality or character. And no label can perfectly define you. Now, you can identify with certain labels that apply to you, but that doesn't mean that it defines you. That doesn't mean that's all of who you are. There is no one label that can perfectly describe who you are. And I do understand from an evolutionary level why people need labels. Our brains are only capable of processing a finite amount of information, and our environment is much more complex than we can fathom. So we have to come up with names and words for things. An example I used to like to use when I was younger was, we'd say car, and everyone pictures a car, and then we say white car, and it's okay, everyone pictures a white car, and it's white Jeep, and then everyone pictures a white Jeep. I'm saying this because my girlfriend's car is a white Jeep. But even then, you're not completely narrowing it down, because there are lots of different white Jeeps, and they all have different serial numbers. And then, you go to the serial number, and you've identified the exact car, but then can you identify the parts? And it's like, so we use these labels to categorize, right? But the problem with that is that we also tend to generalize once we have a certain label. All that to say, the reason I don't talk about Asperger's very much is because I don't really want people to be like, oh, that's the guy with Asperger's. It's like, okay, yes. And, I'm a Navy veteran, and I'm a musician and a voice actor and a singer, and, and I build rockets, and I want to go to space, and I, build Tesla coils, and I fly paramotor, and like that. It's just a part of who I am. It isn't who I am. And so, why talk about it? So, yeah. All right. Jdog1350, thanks for the super chat, says, hey, Gabe, I've watched your videos for years. I'm sure that's how they talk. I first found you through Bronies React and your song Faster Than You Know, and I was wondering if you could sing the chorus. Thanks for all you do and for getting me into music. Oh, that's so sweet. That's very sweet. Yes, thank you. Yes, I can sing Faster Than You Know. Let's see. Now I know, whoa, this world spins faster than you know, whoa, and I'd give anything to show what I'm fighting for, just what I'm trying for, oh, whoa, this world spins faster than you know. I'm realizing that our 8-year-old songs starting to sound dated. They're starting to sound like boy band tunes, which I guess they were, because we were a boy band. But still, interesting. It was a fun song. I loved it. I loved writing that. Almost every song that you hear from me was produced by my brother, and he and I co-wrote it. So sometimes he would send me an instrumental, or just a part of an instrumental to inspire me, see if I would like it. And sometimes I would record a melody idea and send it to him, and he would produce the instrumental, but we've always worked really well together. So I love doing music with him, and I don't know if I can say this. I'm going to say it anyway. He is planning on moving back closer to where I live. So hopefully you'll be seeing more Black Griffin and Basic stuff on this channel, which is why we released I Think I Like It. I know you're keeping secrets, hoping that I won't see this. And that particular song was a neat example of Nate coming up with a killer lick, sending it to me and going, okay, yeah, we need to make a song out of this. Like, he just had the boom, boom, I think I like it. It was just so catchy. Hit. I love little stuff like that. It definitely comes from Charlie Puth. Like, hit. All right, Mig said, I'll post the Bruno Mars impression in this channel because I upload here on 104's backup account. That's amazing. Sorry. Something in my throat. I just ate pizza. Harmony Wilson. Hey, just a random superfan. Oh, that's so sweet. I was wondering if you could tell us more about his story experience. That's a fantastic question. Also, could you sing Plagues or Alistair theme song? Absolutely. So yeah, his story is a Christian musical that I was hired to sing on. And I played Peter, the angel Gabriel, and the devil. So, typecasting. And yeah, I was reached out to by a very talented young artist named Anna Brown, actually, who lives in Hawaii. And she was like, hey, I'm writing this musical, and we'd like you to voice these characters. And they went through my agent and everything. And so, yeah, I flew to Los Angeles, and I spent about a week recording his story with her and her family. It was very cool. It was a very neat project. And then I got to go visit them in Hawaii to do, like, the debut concert at their church. And I also got to, shoot some music videos in Hawaii, which was really, really fun. So, yeah, his story, the musical. Go check it out. And then Plagues. What is the Plagues? That's, Once I called you brother. Once I thought the chance to make you laugh was all I ever wanted. And they're like, and even now I wish that God had chose another. Serving as your foe on his behalf is the last thing that I wanted. This was my home. All this pain and devastation, how it tortures me inside. All the innocent who suffer from your stubbornness and pride. I love musical theater. It's so fun. All right, what do we got here? Oh, it's just the same. It takes the other super chats a long time to go away. Thank you. Rap God. Okay, I'll do Rap God. Actually, I should do Rap God because a lot of people on my impression videos are like, fake. What is it with people and saying fake? Sometimes they say fake to stuff that shouldn't surprise anybody. Like, I'll post a video of me, like, walking, and they're like, fake. And you're like, why would I fake that? Anyway. Yeah, Rap God. All right, here we go. I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. All my people from the front to the back nod. Now who thinks their arms are long enough to slap box? Oh, actually, I should not do the whole thing. Just the fast part, right? That's what everyone wants to hear. Lyrics coming at you with supersonic speed. Some of them are doing number you assuming I'm making what I gotta do to get it through to you. I'm superhuman, innovative, and emitted rubber side. Anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll glue to you. I'm devastating, more than ever demonstrating how to give a motherfucking audience a feeling like it's levitating, never fading, and all the haters are forever waiting for it. They can say I fell they'll be celebrating, cause another way to get them motivated. I make elevating music. You make elevating music. Oh, he's too mainstream. Well, that's what they do when they get jealous. Oh no, I messed it up. Well, that's what they do when they get jealous. They confuse it. It's not hip hop, it's pop. Cause I found a hella way to fuse it. I don't know how to make songs like that. I don't know what words to use. I know I skipped a part there, but that song is legendary. Jax, what's up, man? How you doing? I miss you. I miss the whole crew. We had some good times. Before the plague arrived. Hopefully everyone will get vaccinated and we'll get back to normal life here in the next 5 or 6 years. Jax says, sending this perfect alien android. Oh, that's very sweet. Back to his home planet. Yes, I miss Glorb Glob. Weather's beautiful there. A little colder than here, but, it's home. It's home. Yeah, oh my gosh. I just can't even. I'm trying so hard not to get my hope. This is actually one of the reasons I'm live streaming, is just to kind of calm my nerves a little bit, because the anxiety that I have had over the past 2 weeks, unparalleled. And so I'm just, if I don't have something to work on, I'm pacing. My mom actually said, when I was pacing in her kitchen, she was like, you're going to pay to replace the tiles, right, when all this is over? And I was like, I went, and I answered, Sweet R Song donated 5. Thank you very much. And you said, hi, Gabe. It's been a while since BronyCon 2018. That's right. It has been a while. Michelle told me to keep bugging you. Had a question for you on Patreon. If that's okay. Yes, I can do that. I actually need to clarify some things regarding Patreon. I have been very inactive on Patreon. I've actually been active kind of everywhere because, well, a lot of stuff's been going on. And I think everybody understands that. But I do have a responsibility, especially to the people who are actually paying to support my work. So I actually hired my off-screen associate, Claire, to work on my Patreon. So I will text her to remind me right now that after I'm done streaming to check Patreon messages. She might even be watching this live stream. If in that case, hi Claired. I call her Claired. I don't know why. I do know why, because my sister calls her Claired, because Claire isn't enough of a nickname, I guess. Remind me to check Patreon messages. It says Patron messages, but I think we all know what it means. And then I'm taking a picture of your super chat. And thank you very much, sweet R song. All right. Hi, says Deadeye Ribids. Yep. Hi. How far art thou? And we got another Jaxblade super chat. How you doing, man? Now you know why he's called Black Griffin, because of his rap ability. That's sweet. But Eminem is quite white, if I may. But yeah, no, he's got pipes though. It's pretty cool. Thanks, man. Miss you once again. Miss you a lot. Pokey, I know who you are. Best of luck, dude. Remember, if it doesn't happen, we'll have to conquer space travel in like a few weeks. You'll get up there. We'll have consumer space travel. We'll have to conquer. What am I doing? We'll have consumer space travel in like a few weeks. You'll get up there. I certainly hope so. I've been keeping my eye on SN10. SN10. Really, really hoping that thing kicks butt and does its thing. All right. I've been sort of ignoring the chat. I shouldn't do that. So let me read through what I say. You said, "Hey Gabe, I love your videos. Can you do a Hank Hill impression?" Bobby. But while singing. Oh wow. Videos helped me with my depression since my dad was killed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, you know what? I could do that. Hold on. Let me think. What would he sing? We're the kids in America. No, that's terrible. I'm so bad at Hank Hill. This is the problem. Okay, so with me, impressions, I'm really only good at the ones that I've listened to a lot. So when I'm about to do an impression video, I don't just do it off the top of my head. I go and I watch a YouTube video and I listen to that character for 5 to 10 minutes and I just memorize every little nuance, every little thing that they do that makes their voice unique. And then I do the impression. So, yeah, I feel like that. We're the kids in America. That sounded more like Yogi Bear. Hi, Babu. But that's the closest thing I have to go by. 1999. Thank you, Exodying. I know who you are. Hey, Gabe, just wanted to say I'm here for you all the way until the end. That's so sweet. Wishing you luck in getting to space, and I hope it comes true. Me too. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? Floating in microgravity? Oh, my goodness gracious me. I just can't. I can't. I've been on this non-inertial reference frame for far too long. Of course, it's the reason that I'm alive. We all kind of need gravity because that's how our bodies function. But yeah, it's really interesting. The astronauts, their faces get really puffy because we're used to that our blood pumps very intensely up to our head. So when you're in space, there's nothing resisting that blood flow. So your arms and your chest and your face get really puffy, and you're like, so that'll feel interesting. I'm saying it like it's gonna happen. I hope it happens, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Wishing you luck to getting to space. Hope it comes true. I hope we can meet again soon. Me too. Mind singing the chorus from Another End? Yeah. If something shows, if you can see that I'll turn back, eventually we could just pretend this is something that could never end. Right? You know, this is so weird, but it's been so long since I wrote those songs that I actually forget the lyrics to my own songs. This is a 3D printed Black Griffin coin that I made. So, that's what this is. If I go to orbit, I'm planning on taking this and just kind of spinning it, and I want to see. I also want to bring a wing nut. Let me explain why. There's a really interesting phenomenon that happens if you spin something that isn't perfectly balanced, where it will spin for a little while in one direction, then it'll flip 180 degrees and spin in that direction. Then it'll flip again. Flip, and it's like, what? So yeah, I want to bring a wing nut and a bolt and just and see and watch it happen in real life and like analyze it. That would be super cool. Actually, that's another thing I really want to do. If I win this seat on Inspiration4 and I get to go to space, I will be opening a direct line to me, and I want all of the suggestions I can get. Suggestions of what people want to see, and if you're a scientist, even better. What you've always wanted to try in zero gravity that you've never had the chance to. And you know what? I'm going to write that down because I need to actually tweet that out. That would be really cool. All right, and I'm not going to actually write it down. I'm going to voice to text because that's what I always do. If I win the seat to space, I will be opening an email address where you can all message me ideas of things you want me to try in orbit, ! If you've always dreamed of doing something in microgravity and haven't had the chance, let me fulfill that dream for you. That's too politician-y. I'll fix it later. All right, let's go to the, let's go to the, yeah. How about Peter Griffin while singing? Say my name, April, in Mexico. My son is right here as well, listening to his name. His name is Travis. Hi, Travis. All right, let's see. Peter Griffin. I'm really bad at Peter Griffin. No. Hey, Lois. I shouldn't say that.
Peter, I'm holding iced tea.
I'm better at Lois than I am Peter.
Oh my gosh, Peter.
It's been a long time since I've seen Family Guy, though. I showed my friend this, and she said you're cute. Oh, goodness gracious. Your friend's so nice. Remind me to pay her later. All right, reading. So you know what? I think I'm going to... Your camera sucks. Yes, I know. It's a webcam. It's just the webcam on my computer. So... And, you know, the internet's actually really bad out here, too, so streaming quality is always reduced. But I'm not complaining because since the camera quality's so low, I don't have to do any makeup. Because my face has blemishes. Look. My face is... I haven't shaved in a day, and that's what happens. It's this weird thing, but when I don't shave, I get facial hair. Let me know if you guys have the same problem. Ha ha ha. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so for those of you maybe just joining, I shall reiterate what this stream is about. We've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes before the end of the Inspiration4 contest. Selecting someone to go to space. Now, they're not going to pick the winner immediately. It said it could take up to March 3rd, but I just needed to collect myself and maybe just get some moral support as this thing is ending because I've wanted this my whole life and I've just been giving it all I've got for the last 2 weeks. So I've got my fingers crossed massively. But yeah, my goal and my dream would be to write and possibly record. I don't know what I'm going to be allowed to do yet, but write and possibly record a song in orbit. And I just think that would be the coolest thing, you know, to be the first person to record a song. I know Commander Chris Hatfield did a cover of Space Oddity on the space station, but I don't actually think he recorded the audio on the space station. I think he just shot the music video on the station. So, but I could be wrong. But I want to actually write and record a song in space. That'd be a first time. And Commander Jared Isaacman is talking about doing, you know, going for apogee. You know, the space station orbits just over 200 miles. And he was talking about possibly flying over the Hubble, which is 340 miles above the Earth. So we could be going potentially 400 miles high, which would give us an excellent view of the curvature of the Earth. You get to experience the overview effect. A lot of the contestants have been talking about the overview effect, but it basically just means the kind of feeling you get when you look down on planet Earth and you realize this is our home, this little ball. All of the history, everything we know, everything we remember, it all happened right here, and you get this overwhelming urge to protect and to take care of it, and it just kind of totally reframes your perspective. And I'll be honest, that's one of the reasons I fly, to get as close to that effect as possible, to get above everything so I can no longer see people. I can no longer even sometimes get high enough you don't even see cars. Houses, haven't gotten high enough to not see houses. Obviously going into orbit, wouldn't see any houses. But yes, it's very surreal, and I would love to get the actual full experience. Oh, I want this so bad. I want this so badly, you guys. I can't even. If I lose, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be pretty devastated. But I'm also not expecting to win. So I'll survive. But yeah, this is something I've always wanted, so fingers crossed. Nora says, we love you, Gabe, and we believe in you so much. That's so sweet. I hope that all your dreams and wishes come true. Love you lots and sending hugs and kisses. Thanks, Nora. Yeah, I hope so too. Selfishly, I hope my dreams and wishes come true as well. But yeah, everybody who goes and you see the description, there's a description below the video right down there. Everybody who likes and retweets my tweet, if you quote tweet me now, you know what? Okay. Simone said this, and I don't know if I can actually promise this. She said she would put everybody's name who retweets her tweet on a shirt and wear it into orbit. And, there's been like 50,000 retweets on her submission. I suppose that's possible. I think what do they call it? Micromesh, to be able to do that, but you wouldn't be able to read the names probably. And then of course you're in a spacesuit the whole time. So you'll just have to believe that she's wearing it. But, which I'm sure she would. I'm not saying that she would lie about that, but, one of my goals, and I want to spend a big chunk of one of my days basically recording thank you shout outs to everyone who supported me on this journey if I'm able to go up there. So if you quote tweet, if you have something, nice to say, and if you try to, help me on my quest, I'd be happy to read your comments in orbit. Oh, I want this so bad. It's such a surreal feeling to sit here and to think, I have like a 1 in 60 shot of going to space. Space! I've never had odds that good before. I've never, and as somebody who's always loved space but ended up, going into the, arts, being a musician, being a YouTuber, I literally just thought it would stay a passion of mine because I didn't go into the proper field. And I would love if I go to be that hope for other people and they look at me and go, oh my gosh, if he can do it, so can I. Because this feeling that I have right now, this feeling of I might get to go to space, something I've dreamed about forever, it would change my life. And even just the idea of it is changing my life. So if I could inspire other people to pursue the same dream that I have, because I think what we all want to see, well, I won't speak for everybody, but what I personally want to see, I believe the future of humanity is among the stars. I believe that we're not going to stay on this little incubator forever. We are destined to spread out. I wrote a song about that. We are born to wander. That's the main lyric in the chorus, because I believe that. The thing that makes humanity so unique is that we are always looking. We're always trying to push the envelope and to go farther. Most animals, and we're animals, when they have everything they need in a given area, they don't usually spread out. They don't leave. Humans do. We have, for the most part, everything we need here on Earth. So why do we want to go to space? But I think that drive was essential to our survival and to our advancement as a species, and I think we still have that. We're wanderers. So I do believe that there will come a time, probably not in my lifetime, but there will come a time where humanity spreads out into the stars and starts, mining asteroids and taking the hollow iron, or metal asteroid cores and, building O'Neill cylinders in them. O'Neill cylinders are an amazing concept if you haven't heard of them before. Basically, what it is you take, this is the easiest way to do it. You take an asteroid or something very large, typically not a rubble asteroid, something strong, something made of metals, which are the asteroids that you would want to mine, by the way. You'd want to mine protoplanet core asteroids. Because the asteroid belt is all protoplanets, small planets during the formation of our solar system that smashed together and broke apart. So you're going to have rubble asteroids, which are just clumps of surface material, which are mostly silicates and water ice and stuff like that. And then you're going to have core asteroids that are metals and the denser elements that sink to the center of the planet. So they're going to be rich in platinum, palladium, gold, nickel, iron, which obviously are very valuable resources here on Earth. So the incentive is already there to go mine those asteroids. We go out, we blast, we take the material, maybe even bring the whole asteroid into Leo or low Earth orbit and just start sending the materials down to Earth. But then you hollow out the asteroid and you pressurize it. You put air in it and then you set it spinning. And you put a light in it and centripetal force keeps you stuck on the inside and you can put a whole habitat in a rotating asteroid. You can put water in and plants and have a self-sustaining environment. And just, I think that I know there's all this talk of terraforming Mars, and I think that's cool. The problem with terraforming Mars is it's a never-ending process. The reason Earth has stayed terraformed for so long is because we have a magnetic field that protects the lighter elements in our atmosphere from getting stripped away by solar wind. So having that protective magnetic field is what keeps us safe. Mars no longer has that magnetic field, and they have substantial evidence that proves that there was once water on Mars, and because it likely had a liquid core and had a magnetic field. But the reason Earth's core is still liquid is because of the radioactive decay of uranium and plutonium, radioactive elements in our core. Mars is much smaller, so it ran out of most of those materials. The core solidified. It no longer was liquid and swirling, and so it no longer generates a magnetic field, and eventually solar winds stripped away the atmosphere. The water boiled away, because that's another interesting thing about water. Water's natural liquid state only exists under atmospheric pressure. You take water into space, and it goes straight from a solid to a gas. There's no liquid phase. So water being liquid down here on Earth is because of our atmospheric pressure. And one thing that's interesting is the higher you go in the atmosphere, the lower the boiling point of water becomes. So when on Mars the atmosphere got incredibly thin, the boiling point of water dropped insanely low, and all the water boiled off and into the atmosphere, and then whoosh, stripped away by solar wind. So, wow. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this, and I'm talking way too much. But yeah, I think the thing is, and something I kind of regret now, is that this has always been a passion of mine, and it's something I never really talked about because I never thought that my audience would really care about it. And because they knew me for my music and my impression videos and my voiceover work, and that's what people know me for. And I know that there are people I follow for one thing I love, and if they talk about their interests that don't interest me, I don't really care. And so I empathize with that. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that. But I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to give them what they want. But now that I actually have an opportunity to fulfill one of my dreams, I'm regretting that I'm not more involved in the science community on the internet, because the people who are, even though they have much smaller followings than me, most of them, they have massive amounts of support because they've been talking about their passions this whole time, and I haven't. So that might end up hurting me in the long run. But if I don't succeed in getting this trip, I'm going to be probably focusing a little bit more of my time on my passions. And I'm thinking of, obviously I'm not going to stop doing impressions. I'm not going to stop doing singing and stuff like that. I mean, that's my main course content. That's what people want to see. But I'm going to supplement it. I'm going to go to, the Air and Space Museum and talk about the jets there and, their design and Bernoulli's principle and how these things work and the difference between autogyros and helicopters and where that transition happened. And, I build a lot of things that I've never really talked about. I don't know if you guys know, but I used to build Tesla coils, and I would use IGBTs, insulated gate bipolar transistors, to drive the timing on the primary coil, which I started out with spark gap, and now I use IGBTs. And so they're like really efficient, really powerful Tesla coils. I've got one sitting right here, actually, right? Come on, baby. Yep, okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no. See? Very proud of it. I build lasers. I build quadcopters, FPV quadcopters. I used to race FPV quadcopters. It was a freaking blast. I designed one that could go over 100 miles an hour, and that was like 8 years ago. So, rockets. I design and build my own rockets. I was so passionate about that one for obvious reasons that I actually posted a video tutorial online how to make it, and I was going to do a two-parter. I posted how to make the rocket, and then I was going to teach how to make the rocket fuel and the engines that I designed for them, which was the hard part. But there was almost no interest in my rocket video, almost none. No one cared. And so I was like, well, and I lost a lot of subscribers when I posted that video too, like 8,000. So I was like, oops. So I just didn't make the rocket engine video, but I'm going to change that. I'm going to, because there are people out there that are passionate about the things I'm passionate about. And if I lose some people along the way, that's fine. But I would rather be honest with my audience and be, it's not that I've lied to my audience before, but only showing the part of me that I think my audience wants to see isn't really being true to myself. And I can feel that that's kind of burned me out a little bit over the past year or so, especially with COVID and the pandemic. The lockdown has been very hard on, well, pretty much everybody. I'm sure it's been hard on everyone. And I try not to complain about that because I know there are people that are way, way worse off than I am. And so I have not earned the right to complain about that because I'm healthy and safe, and my family is healthy and safe. And, the worst thing for me is just that I never get to go out and do anything. And it's like, oh, boo-hoo. Some people are dying. So I understand that, and I greatly sympathize, and my heart goes out to those people. And so but just, I do believe, and this goes to out, for everyone, you can't really put a hierarchy on suffering. You can't say that your struggles are invalid because someone else is struggling more. What people can handle is relative, and it varies depending on the way that their mind works, the things that they've gone through. I don't know, actually. I'm getting into something that happened to me that was really bad, that happened to me over the past couple months that I really didn't want to talk about. And so I'm kind of like wondering how much of it I should say, but I'll say a small part of it. There's been a lot, and I think this comes from people being cooped up, a lot of hate, more than usual, being directed at me, mostly through Twitter. And I realized the biggest problem that I had is that what they say all the time not to do, don't respond, right? And I responded. And it was really only 4 or 5 people, but they were dedicated to calling me the worst possible names they could. And I tried to defend myself, thinking, oh, they just don't understand. If I explain what's going on, they'll understand. No. Because some people don't want to understand. And I had to learn that if someone wants to hate you, if someone wants to believe horrible things about you, they're going to. It doesn't matter the evidence you give them. It doesn't matter even if you got to know them. It doesn't matter. If people decide that they don't like you, they don't have to change their mind. And you can't change their mind. That's their decision. So I stopped responding. And things have been a lot better since then. I've learned some valuable lessons from that. But no sooner had that gotten a little better did someone in the community that I'm in, the paramotor community, have a fatal accident. And to protect their identity, I'm not going to say their name, but it was just a couple weeks ago, and I was there, and we watched it happen, and we tried to help him. And he was alive for about 4 hours, but he was dying, and he had internal bleeding, and we did what we could, but he eventually passed away. And one thing that he said, and that his family also said, is that if and I think all of us in the more extreme sports or high risk sports feel the same way. If I die doing what I love, then it's not it's a tragedy, but don't mourn too much, because I knew the risk going into this. I knew what could happen, and I chose to do it anyway. So we were at an event called a fly-in, where basically a whole bunch of pilots get together and fly. And this happened on the second day of the fly-in, and on the third day, one of his close friends who actually runs the event said, we're not going to cancel today. We're going to dedicate it to his honor, because that's what he would want. He wouldn't want us to stop because he passed away. And so that kind of puts some things into perspective for me, because I feel the same way about this Inspiration4 thing. A lot of people have asked me, if you go to space, are you going to be scared? And, well, first of all, right in this moment, I can confidently say, no, I'm not scared. But that's because I'm not scared in this moment. But I do know from experience, like when the first time I went skydiving, and I was so excited and not scared at all until I got in the plane and it was time to jump out. Come launch day, if I go, and if I'm sitting on top of that massive Falcon 9 rocket, yeah, I'm probably going to be scared. I'm probably going to be nervous. But I wrote a lyric in one of my songs that I really believe, and I'm sure I'm not the first person to have said this, but I know that there can't be courage without fear. And fear is good. To not be afraid at all is to be reckless. It's important to be able to experience fear because it gives you an opportunity to learn how to control it, how to balance it, and how to use it properly. All of the emotions that we have are there to protect us, instinctively there to protect us. Now, we can abuse those emotions. We can, if you want to get really technical with this, the portion of our brain that reacts emotionally to things is called the amygdala. And the amygdala is literally designed to take over your mind when it's hyperactive, because the fight or flight response is much quicker and easier than analyzing the situation and making a logical decision. So if we feel threatened, if we feel like we're in danger, the amygdala makes the decisions for us. And that's why it often feels like when you're really angry or really sad that you're in a fog and you can't think straight. You literally can't think straight. Your amygdala has overridden the logical part of your brain. So it's really good practice to be in situations where your amygdala tries to take over and you say, no, I'm going to control this fear. I'm going to use it for what it's for. I'm going to be extra alert, extra attentive. I know I might be in danger, but I'm not going to let that control everything that I do. And I also think the military helped me with that. I joined the military to be in the Navy SEALs. And I qualified for training, and I went to boot camp. As a Navy SEAL, I was in an 800 division, 803. That's reserved for special operations, Navy diver, Navy SEAL, EOD, and SWCC, SWCC. And we were, we had to get up several hours earlier than the rest of the recruits because we had what was called DiveMo, or Dive Motivator PT, where Navy SEALs and Navy divers would basically torture us for 2 hours before our regular boot camp day started. And I say torture. It just basically IT'd the heck out of us. IT stands for intensive training. They made our life very difficult because they needed to see if we can handle that. We need to be able to survive in those, to stay mentally sharp in those circumstances. And I think, all of those things that I did, the drown proofing and, the cold water training and stuff, really helped me to learn to mitigate and control my emotional response to things. So I'm tangenting like crazy. I could talk forever. The competition has been over for the last 18 minutes, and I am freaking out. All right, let's see. I'm going to go to the Inspiration4 website and see if that timer's run down to 0. I think it has. Here we go. Inspiration4. Join the first all-civilian mission to space. Secure your seat. Can you secure your seat? Or is it over? It doesn't say that it's over yet. Probably because my internet is slow. Lo-de-do-de-do. Oh. No. The timer ran down, and now it just says, join the first all-civilian mission to space. And it shows this really cool animated graphic of the Earth spinning. And then you scrolly-rolly, polly-oly, and it says here, so you can join. And it says, oh yeah, did I mention Shift for Shop in St. Jude? I think I did. I'll mention it again. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. That is what is this goes to benefit. So a lot of us who've entered are actually donating all the proceeds from our Shift for Shop store. Mine is spacegriffin.com. I got space merch there that my sister designed, and music and stuff like that. But my shop, I'm donating all the proceeds to St. Jude. And Commander Isaacman, he's donating $100 million to St. Jude. I said earlier, that's like more than the cost of a lollipop. Which isn't technically an inaccurate statement. It just subverts expectation. I love Vsauce. He said something the other day. He's like, what did he say? He was like, Jupiter is... When he said the sun, he's like, the sun is 93 or 98, is it 93 or 98? 93 million miles away. And he goes, that's more than a kilometer. And you're like, well, yeah, technically it is. Oh, man. I think it's 93. Well, okay, Earth has an elliptical orbit, so we're not equidistant from the sun at all times. And in fact, for us northern hemisphere dwellers, we're actually closer to the sun in the winter than we are in the summer. And that's why the seasons are less extreme in the northern hemisphere than they are in the south hemisphere. I feel kind of bad for you guys in Australia, but at the same time, I envy you because Australia is freaking awesome and I wish I lived there. But yeah. Hold on. I got another super chat. Thanks, Brony Ninja. You said you had better find a partner to sing Zero Gravity with you when you get to Space Gabe. Okay, well, if I get to go, and if Haley sings, I could teach her the chorus of that, and we could sing it in orbit. That'd be pretty sweet. I'd love to mess around with perspective if I get to do a music video in 0Gs. I'd love to do, like, a music video where one of us is upside down and the other is right side up relative to one another. Because, obviously, there is no up or down when you're in microgravity. Gravity's just fascinating, isn't it? I mean, I've always loved thinking about the fact that gravity isn't a force. The fact that it is technically a space-time distortion. And the best way I thought of it was you take the equation for acceleration, which is distance over time. And acceleration is distance over time. So it's like 32 feet per second, which is the accelerative force that we're experiencing here on Earth. The crazy thing about that equation is, like all math, you can change any of the numbers and get the same effect. So the easiest way to understand gravity is that the ground is constantly accelerating upwards towards us through time, not through space. So we are getting the same effect of acceleration because time is moving slightly faster down here than it is up here. That's kind of weird to think about, isn't it? Like, okay, think of a car turning. When you make a left-handed turn, your left wheel spins slightly faster than your right wheel. And that's how the turn, is done. Well, obviously, the wheels have to tilt like this, but if they're spinning at the exact same speed, one of the wheels is going to be slipping slightly. So you can get the exact same effect of turning by speeding time up, or actually, I think it's slowing time down. I always get that confused. Changing the speed of time on one side. If you slow time down, the wheel's going to appear to spin a little bit faster, which makes you turn. That's exactly how gravity works and how orbit works. It would just, the ground is accelerating upwards through time, not through space. So just change the time on the acceleration equation and not distance. Easy, right? Yeah. Shift for Shop replied. Doesn't the contest actually end at 11:59 p.m. ET? It does. Oh, no! Oh, man. Well, I'm wrong. Guess I gotta be here for a lot longer. Let's see. Just kidding. I'm not gonna be here the entire time, but it said on the website that we only had 4 hours left, so. Or we only had 4 hours left 4 hours ago. 4.5 hours ago. Oh, man, no, I feel dumb. Oh, well. Yep, conflicting information. Oh, that's funny. I feel really smart right now. But yeah. Okay. I guess what I should probably do then is end this little stream after I answer a few more questions and then come back when the actual end of the contest is going to happen. Man, I feel really, really stupid. Good job, Gabriel! Jared Isaacman says, still a few hours left, but thank you for the Shift for Shop entries and St. Jude donations. Please give time for selection process. In a few weeks, crew reveal. This is just the beginning for Inspiration4 and all the others to follow. Thanks to NASA, SpaceX, Elon Musk. Space is open. Darn right it is, man. Well, hopefully. It's open to 2 people. And, of course, you guys. All right. So, yeah. Well, I'm probably going to bounce here in, let's see, it's been an hour and 13. I've been sitting here for an hour and 13 minutes and just talking? Dang. That's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to pop off here soon. Let me just, hey, Gabe, could you talk more about your time doing vocals, voiceover for MLP? You talked about it in the EQG Burner Jack. Also, tell Basic Keys pretty swag. All right, I'll talk a little bit about that. So, basically, when I was in Vancouver, I recorded some background vocals for My Little Pony. The way I was able to do that is that I was actually working a lot, and still working a lot, with My Little Pony composer Daniel Ingram. We're actually pretty good friends, and he would hire me to come in mostly to sing the demos for these songs because I learn very quickly, and that's another thing that my Asperger's has actually been a benefit to me. I have a very good memory, and I can memorize things very quickly. So he could bring me in and I could get the lyrics memorized and do the song usually in 1 or 2 takes and be done, and it would take like, half an hour instead of several hours. And so he was hiring me a lot. But they actually had a policy, and this ended up being a problem, that Hasbro, I think it was Hasbro, it might have come from Hasbro, it might have been just DHX, didn't want people involved in the fandom in any way to be a part of the show. And so there were several times Daniel tried to get me singing lead vocals in a song, and he was told by the producers that he couldn't do that. He's like, no, don't hire him, can't hire him. So, yeah, I actually, one of the big reasons I moved to Vancouver is because I thought I was going to be doing a lot of work with Daniel, and ended up not being able to do as much as I wanted to. Now, a typical demo session fee is $100. That's a lot less than the thousands you get paid if you're actually on the show. And I was only in 5 or 6 of the songs on My Little Pony, and the rest of the songs were all demos. I did most of the demos, actually. If it was a male vocalist, that was probably me that did the demo. And a demo basically is you record the song professionally with a demo vocalist, you send it to Hasbro for approval, they listen to it. If they want to change something, you change it up, you send them another demo, and then when they approve it, then you get the actual actor to sing in it. Or you just recast the singer if, for whatever reason, they don't want to use the demo vocalist, which was my case. So my demos went like to full production for a lot of things that I worked on. Littlest Pet Shop, oh gosh, some of them I can't talk about because they haven't come out yet. But yeah, that was that, and I ended up not making as much money as I'd hoped that I would, because I was basically boycotted from working on the show because of my involvement with the fandom. So, yep, I moved back. I moved to Arizona. And now that Generation 4 My Little Pony is over, I've been working a lot more with Daniel. And we've done probably 100 songs together, and they're all going to be coming out soon. So, yeah, it's called The Treebees. So look up The Treebees, and that's my new stuff with Daniel. All right, I got a new super chat. Check it out. Hello, just wanted to say thanks. Your music has helped me through so much. I hope you achieve your dream. Thank you. Good luck. Also, can you please put Paper Sky on Spotify soon? Paper Sky is not on Spotify? I guess you're right. Well, obviously you would know. I think it's just on SoundCloud, right? Man, back in those days, we didn't know how to distribute things. I'll see if Nate wants to do that. It's mostly up to him. He gets weird about posting old stuff because he's like, oh, the production's terrible. I could do so much better now. So we'll see. Will you please help my son dream and say his name? Travis Dale from Mexico, Missouri, in Stitch voice.
Hello, Travis Dale from Mexico, Missouri. Ohana means family.
He's such a big fan. He gets bullied at school every day. I'm very sorry. Bullies, man, bullies. I got bullied a lot. I still get bullied sometimes. People are mean. And I try to understand that they're probably going through... It's their way of coping with whatever they're going through, but it's unfortunate. Nastiness breeds more nastiness. It doesn't, hatred and cruelty, there's never really a good that comes out of them. And I know I've seen people say that, well, you gotta hate, revolutions sometimes are built on hate, the soldiers hate who they're fighting, and it's like, honestly, some of the best soldiers I've ever known were some of the kindest, most altruistic people ever. They did what they had to do, but that didn't mean they hated the people that they were fighting. There's a respect there. Sometimes there has to be, or at least a basic respect for humanity. So that doesn't mean that you don't do what you need to do, but you don't do it excitedly. Sometimes you do it with a heavy heart. I mean, that's, it's a difficult job being a soldier. So yeah. Brony Ninja, hello. Your career might have been impacted by the fandom, but at least you're horse famous. Oh yeah, no. Yeah, there came a point where I really did not want to be horse famous. I'll tell you that much. It was it became very weirdly political, and people were like, there were expectations that, and rumors and things surrounding you that, were very, very unusual. It was like being famous without being famous. You had this smallish community of people who all knew who you were and who would gossip about you and who would say things about you, and who expected you to just do things and give things for free because, oh, well, you're a part of this fandom and bronies are a big family. But then at the same time, if you didn't, bend to their every will, they'd get angry. And that wasn't everybody, but it was enough people that it became very stressful to be horse famous. So, yeah. Yep. All right, what else? So yeah, I'm gonna pop off here in pretty soon, but I might join back when the Inspiration4 contest actually ends. I was going by the time on the website. It said submission deadline is this time, and that countdown is gone now. So I'm a little confused, but oh well. No, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. 4 hours ago, only 4 hours left. So it did say countdown to cruise selection. Maybe I don't know. It's all confusing, but I'm gonna say bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I didn't bore you guys to death, and I'll see you maybe in a few hours when the actual end is nigh. Ooh, that's ominous. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you later. That song is not copyrighted. And I hope you enjoy. And if you're watching this not on a live stream, comment pickles are delicious, because they are. And then I'll be like, whoa, you are dedicated that you watched all the way through.